Yo guys, welcome in today's video. In today's video I want to have a talk with you about Bitcoin, about the price structure of Bitcoin, but especially about what happened yesterday in Europe with the vote in favor or against proof of work system. Hello! So right now I'm walking right here in a gang in Bali, recording today's video. A little bit different environment. I thought the price structure of Bitcoin hasn't been changing that much, so let's have a talk about something else. Before we are going to talk about the European decision right here, and we are going to talk about the price, make sure guys to smash up that like button, and let's start with the Bitcoin chart right here. If we have a look at the Bitcoin chart, then we can see that right now we are still trading in that ascending triangle, which I've been pointing out in yesterday's video. Bitcoin is still getting supported at that uptrend is support, and we haven't seen much volatility, especially not considering on with Bitcoin being potentially banned, or at least the consensus mechanism proof of work. And this is something I want to have a chat about. First of all, why would somebody actually ban a technology like proof of work if we would have a free market? That doesn't make any sense. That only makes sense if true decentralization is not working in favor for that institution or for those for those people, institutions in power. I think that is the case. Of course, they're considering banning it, but they know they can't ban it eventually, because then in other places of the world it will thrive more. It would be a threat to ban it. Maybe they just want to show that they are considering it, just to show that they have the power to ban it, while they actually don't have it. And the reason, or like one of the reasons why they even would consider banning Bitcoin, is also showing us that their intentions might not always be the best for us, and that they're of course more in favor in introducing something centralized where they can be in charge, like a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, where most big countries are talking about recently. It is also not that weird, because we eventually, if we want true decentralization, we need to leave the old system. We need to leave our old system, our old monetary system, but also our old political system. And eventually we don't want to come into a situation where some political leaders or people in power could actually vote against a consensus mechanism like proof of work, and actually vote against, I'm sorry for the noise guys, vote against decentralization. But what is remarkable right here, so right now the vote was actually in favor for proof of work, so it's still allowed. Nothing changed, right? It's just fought in the end. But the interesting thing is what happened with the price of Bitcoin when this news was actually coming out and was a hot topic all over on Twitter, all over on YouTube. And the funny thing is, nothing has much happened with the price. We haven't seen a breakdown, we haven't seen a break up, we actually haven't seen much volatility. Actually, on the day yesterday before the decision, we have seen Bitcoin rising in price, while the news is actually rather quite bearish. Climate change has been a very discussed topic in the last 10 years in the Western world, and for sure a lot of Bitcoin investors, they could go into that mindset. Okay, there is climate change, they are against this proof of work consensus algorithm, because it uses a lot of electricity, which you can link then again to climate change. So it's definitely a legitimate concern for Bitcoin investors that they might be banning something like that, or they actually find a reason to ban Bitcoin, and that reason that might be then climate change, proof of work. I think eventually it's not possible, and they're throwing in their own glasses when they do it. However, they did brought it up, and it was creating a lot of thought among Bitcoin investors, and it was a hot topic discussed over on Twitter, YouTube, and all the social media platforms. But the interesting thing is that we haven't seen anything happening in the price. No, the opposite. The price actually went slightly up on that day, and that can actually mean two things. The first thing, which I'm leaning more to, is that the news doesn't have any influence on the price. I think that is the case. I will say something about it in a bit. The second reason is that Bitcoin already formed the bottom. All the bears, all the people that are panicking, all the people that are doubting about Bitcoin, thinking that maybe Bitcoin is going to be banned in Europe or whatever, they've already sold Bitcoin. So that we right now have seen the bottom and that we can rally from here, or that we at least can trend up from here. That could be another reason, right? If we have a lot of bearish news and the price is not reacting, that means that the bears or the people in doubt, the weak hands, have been already shaking out. But I think the first one is more likely because the news is always reactive to the price. The price is a reflection of human emotions and will do its way anyway. But the news is a reactive aspect to the price. So when we are seeing something happening with the price, often we are seeing big news events correlating in similar time periods. But in my opinion, this is a reactive way. It's not a cause and effect. So the news is the cause, the price is the effect. No, it's more that the price is the cause and the news is the effect. It's a little bit a controversial contradiction, but I think that is definitely the case. And yesterday is one of these examples we can use, right? There's a lot of FOD, big FOD, price is not reacting, even though price is going up slightly on the day. We haven't seen volatility. There's no breakout from the structure we've already been trading in for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, guys, that is very interesting. As you guys know, and as I have explained in yesterday's video, I still do think that the price of Bitcoin will trend up from the levels that we are trading right now. And yeah, that can be with three scenarios that I've been pointing out in yesterday's video, or we are going to see more consolidation and eventually finishing this pattern of a triangle formation, breaking out to the upside, or we get another liquidity dip, then see a nice reversal, Bitcoin trending back up. The bearish scenario would be, of course, a breakout to the downside, but as of now, I definitely do see this as the less likeliest scenario. Guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed today's analysis. If so, make sure to leave that thumbs up down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Much love from Bali. I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.